Good morning, class. This is your Friday, Saturday class with Dr. Rai. For some of you who've never seen me and never come to class, I'm going to teach you paper 2B. Paper 1 is language text that Ms. Sharon Lal is teaching you. Paper 3 is comprehension skills, which Ms. Divya Mishra is teaching you, and I'm teaching you paper 2B. You have 2A, which is phonetics, that is and linguistics. It's a tough paper and only people who really have heard English well and know the pronunciations properly can do it. Otherwise, it is very technical. In this corona age, when we have online classes, it's difficult to do that paper well. So Christchurch College has opted for paper 2B, that is communication. You study communication in BTech. Every advertisement wants communication skills. So I hope that we'll be able to enjoy and benefit from learning about communication, because it's a very practical need of the hour, of the day, of the time, for your career, for your job prospects, for living with other people. Now, this word communication comes from a Latin word communis, meaning common, leading to creating a common ground of understanding. Now, all our Hindu friends who are celebrating Diwali, no one has to explain to the other, and I'm doing Diwali shopping. We'll guess that you might be buying diyas or crackers or new clothes or something to decorate your house or some beautiful dishes in which to serve your friends. So everyone understands. You don't have to explain why you're doing Diwali shopping, because you all know what Diwali is. It's been coming into your life for the last 15, 16, 17 years, and you have been celebrating it. In Corona times, it's a bit challenging. So this common ground of understanding is what communication seeks to establish. That is what it implies. So it's a compulsive human urge. Of course, now in these days, with wearing a mask, we might not say who are you and what are you. But if we meet in college, if we meet standing in line for the scholarship form, we want to speak to each other to find out which class are you. Even I ask the girls who are walking in and out of college which class are they, in case any of them are English girls, and I can say hello to them. So it's a common human urge. It's a human, social, universal desire to communicate. And of course, botanists and zoologists, people study dolphin language, monkey language, and even plants, and trees and flowers, how they communicate to each other. There are a lot of definitions of communication. You have a book by Sahit Ratnale that has a good section on communication, but I've consulted some more books so that I can give you a lot of matter to help you to understand. So there's a Mr. Leland Brown. He says communication is the transmission and interchange of facts, ideas, feelings, or course of action. So the interchange of and the transmission, sending other people information like the newspaper gives us facts, it gives us ideas about how people are doing new things. It shares the feelings, whether voters or leaders or our Prime Minister or anyone in authority, what we should do, how we should, like the health officials tell us how to handle COVID, or course of action. So this is a simple one-line definition, and facts and opinions also, when they exchange, that is communication. Information and transmission of meaning, that is communication. So in your syllabus, your first unit says basic communication concepts, nature and features of communication. What does communication consist of? So it is establishing ground. So it is, if you look at the process of communication, it is the sender giving you a message in a manner that you will understand my intentions using common language and symbols. So we have to use some language, whether it is verbal or non-verbal. I agree with you. I'm happy that you are here. So that's non-verbal. So sometimes, I say, I love you. I'm very happy to be here, but my face is saying something different. Then you get the message. So non-verbal communication or verbal communication, but sending the message in such a way that you get it. Now the college has been putting all our classrooms on the net, and yet I still get students coming to college and saying, "Ma'am, we have no friends, and so we don't know the connections." Now, you don't need to have a friend to have a connection. You have to consult the college website, and so if a friend informs you and find out what's happening. So, this communication of interchange of facts and feelings, and sending a message that is received. Now, if I have asked you, if your mother has asked you, not to eat non-veg during Navratri, now she has made it a religious, injunction that most people don't do it. Now, 90% of people may be obeying their families, obeying their traditions, but there will be 10% who don't obey. They haven't got the message. So, giving the message in a way that the other person will understand the message, that is communication. Of course, you can choose not to listen, that is, you can obey or disobey, you can agree and disagree, but you have got the message. Especially because nowadays, so easily we have misunderstandings, or we don't understand the importance. Now, this year, some of you have taken language and you're going to find it very challenging. The text paper is tolerable, but the writers are stalwarts and great. So you have to learn about Nehru and Gandhiji and Ambedkar and or Rabindranath Tagore, stalwarts, great mighty men. Their biographies may run into hundreds of pages. You have to understand the writers also. The story may finish, but the writer will not finish. You must spend a week, discovering more about each of the writers so that you have 3-4 pages to talk about their views and their vision and their dreams and their plans and their goals for the country. So in the same way, but you may not have got that message that no, it is difficult. I recommended to many of you who came to class that it is a difficult thing. The paper 3 is totally the MBA entrance CAT syllabus. Now you may not want to do CAT, but the university wants to prepare every student to be proficient and capable enough to crack any bank exam without a coaching, at least the English part of it. So it has antonyms, synonyms, paronyms, homonyms, idioms and phrases and proverbs. There's so much over there. So, but if you didn't get the message, you have taken it up. Now, the only way out of this is to accept the challenge and put in 4 hours or 5 hours of work in English so that, you get better every day. And when the exam comes, or when a competition comes, when an entrance exam comes, you're well prepared. Now, if you have understood this, I have communicated a thought to you. If you haven't understood and you're still lazing and relaxing up to Diwali, okay. After Diwali, now only Holi and our exams. So I'm hoping that you get the message, that put in a lot of work. So this giving and receiving messages using letters, words, symbols, gestures, helps you to communicate your thoughts to others and helps others to communicate their thoughts to you. Now, what is the nature of communication? What does it involve? It is an art and a skill. You want to say something good, it is easier to say something good. But if it is something difficult, dangerous, negative, hurting, you want to correct someone, then you want to do it in such a way that they don't get angry with you. They get the message. Actually, we don't do things in this way over here. So, if you are part of this tradition, this is not professional, this is not the right way to do it, but you have to do it very skillfully, that you may not hurt the other person, so that when he's angry or hurt or sad, he won't even hear what you're trying to say. So the art of communication and the skill of communication, it is something that can be acquired and developed as you learn more about it. Some of you may be shy, you never speak up even at home. Ha beta, it's okay. Yes ma, you may not like the idea of whatever is being suggested, but you may just agree because you don't have the courage to express your thoughts. But when you study this subject, you will learn ways in which to assert yourself or to share your thoughts, or at least to express them when someone is asking, are you happy with this? Would you like to do this? At least if you don't like it, you should have the courage to say, no, I don't enjoy a movie, or I don't enjoy a picnic, or I don't enjoy going to Z Square. So this plan I don't want to take part in. Then you will be spared some unhappiness, because if you didn't like to do something, then you won't be happy doing it. It is a two-way tool, a two-way process. When I am speaking, you're listening. I will try to organize an interactive class and I'll listen to you also. So when you speak, I will listen. So this speaking and listening and understanding each other is a two-way process. When you are speaking, I must listen. When I'm speaking, I'd be glad if you listen, because only then you will benefit from this class or any other class that you are attending. So you look at all the posters and the ads. I wish we were offline sitting in front of each other. You see a gorgeous necklace and a pretty girl wearing it. Now that necklace may be 7-8 lakhs, but whenever you pass the ad, gorgeous, she's looking so beautiful. And whether I'm beautiful or not, I might desire it. When you go into the food gallery or the food floor, the top food court of the Z Square, big pictures of lovely, delicious burgers or biryani or whatever, Chinese, those are all screaming at you, come and eat. So even if you're not hungry, even if you actually can't afford to spend so much money, the pictures are so tempting that you sit down and order something. They're communicating. That is why those big pictures are there. In an American or Canadian library, you'll always find an actor or a sportsman, reading a book, as if he's saying, I may be famous, but I still read. So then a lot of people are encouraged to read in the library. So all these words, figures, pictures, gestures, actions, whether it is to make you look beautiful, whether it's to make you look smart, whether it's to make your house look smart, whether it is to make your entertainment interesting. You see, there's so many words that are there in posters and ads to attract you. This has become a very big science for all these corporates that are selling things. They want you to buy things. You may not need them, but they arouse in you a desire and a need to buy them. And so we can say that no matter who we are, a mother, a child, a student, a teacher, a chieftain, a judge, everyone, as old from the time that man has begun to live in a group, in a community, and gesture to each other when they didn't have words to speak, from that time communication exists. So it's one of the most ancient activities. Before farming, communication is older even than farming. So everyone wants to express their fears, desires, needs, expectations. Now, when we look at communication, we have some definite purposes. Now, as a teacher, just now I'm instructing you. So, communication has an instructing purpose. Beta, cross the road, look here and there, don't take off your mask, don't touch anything, keep using your sanitizer. So, a lot of instructions are given to each other. We human beings are always very fond of that. Then the newspaper informs us. Your father inform you today there's a jam over there, that leader is coming, don't go in that direction. Or mother inform you that okay, now I don't have this, I'd like these vegetables, so please get something on your way back. Or I have to go somewhere, so come back early. Or let's start doing all our work in the morning because there's a lot of work to do. So inform. Sometimes instructions, then informing. Then influencing. Now that is what ads do a lot, but even we influence each other. You've bought a new dress, or you've got a new shade of lipstick, or you've bought lovely sandals and they're very beautiful and comfortable and strong. So you tell your friend, why don't you go to that shop? What lovely sandals they have. Oh, why don't you go to that shop? What beautiful suits and dresses are there. What lovely lehengas. So we influence each other. Or when you are in the shop, how does salesman say, oh madam, this looks very beautiful on you. आपने बहुत जच रहा, बहुत beautiful, बहुत fine piece है. So, or your mother's made a new dish and your father's not too interested to buy it. खा के देखिए, बहुत अच्छा है. So we persuade and influence each other by our words and our speeches, Then it also, works towards national integration. Or integration is coming together. So, say for example, we have a guest. We want to impress the guest. So, we don't quarrel among ourselves. We might quarrel otherwise, but there's the guest. Oh, what a good wife, what a good husband, what nice children. We impress each other. So, we try to integrate. And it was very pleasant to talk without fighting. So, maybe after the guest goes, someone says, yes, how good it was. Why can't we be like that? Why should we be rude and hurtful and, threatening? So, integration, to bring things together. Now, so then for an interview, communication is very essential. Sometimes they say that when you walk in and sit down in that 1 or 2 minutes, the interviewer has taken a good measure of you. That are you smart? The way you stand, the way you come and sit, the way you wish, are you courteous, are you open, they look at your face, they look at the way you put your hands together and the way you look up or you keep looking down. So you have not opened your mouth, but they have, in a non-verbal manner, you have communicated your smartness or shyness or timidness or suitableness for that post or whether you're unsuitable for it. So, communication helps at interviews. Then it also helps at image projecting. Now, the Johnson company is a favorite company with us for baby goods. Now, for some time, they were in some trouble. But again, the ads must be coming. I haven't seen a lot of TV just now, but the ads must be coming that we really love children, and if we made a mistake, then we are wanting to put it behind us. So, they create an image. Or say we want to praise some member of our family, so we keep talking, oh, she's so smart, she's so clever, in front of those people whom we want to impress. We create an image. Sometimes we spoil an image and we say, oh, she's so bad and she may be good. So depending on our words, we either project an image. Am I, traditional? Am I conservative? Am I broad-minded? Am I, how do I have values? All that, when we speak, we project an image, either of ourselves or of others, and ads do a very good job of it. Now, the next will say that, okay, we are the best jewelers in town. So Malabar Gold has come and said, no, we'll give you the same price whether you buy from a shop in Chennai or Kanpur or Delhi or Bombay. We'll give you the same price when all these states and cities have different prices of gold. So it also helps us to prepare. So if you write the words down, you have informing, informing, , instructing, influencing, 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 integration, interview, and image projecting. So if you can rewind this talk later on, listen to it again with a notebook, so then you'll be able to write some of these terms down. Now the 2 D's that are there, D points, I tried to put them in some alphabetical order, easy to learn. It helps us to prepare directions for actions. Now when you buy any product, you bought a phone, you bought a cooker, you bought a Casio, any product that you buy, if it is complicated, it has some steps, a washing machine or a fridge, they will give you a set of instructions that please do this and please don't do this. Don't put hot things into the freezer. It will spoil the fridge or the freezer. The fridge is not for hot food. It is for food that is hot and is cooled and kept to stay cool. So those instructions are very clear regarding your phone or any mechanical object that you buy. So communication gives us instructions, helps us to prepare them. Say a mother's leaving the house, you say, better keep this key here, do this, do that, lock up the doors. So she'll give you instructions. So it has an instructing process, and it also gives you directions, how to go about it. Like you open a cookbook. Now cookbook is a communication, or you look at all these YouTube channels, do this, do that, they give you tips on making a dish, how to be careful. So communication is that. And it affects decision making. Now if you have put all your objections or all your points in support of some decision, then your father can take a decision. Okay, my girl wants to do this and she doesn't want to do this. So if you didn't want to do your BTech and didn't want to do BSc, and you said, I don't like maths and I don't want to study physics, chemistry the whole day, I'd like English and history and political science, and you gave enough reasons for it, your father has let you join an arts course. So you're doing your BA in humanities. So whether it's a job that you take, now my children come and tell me, ma'am, I'm applying for bank and I'm preparing for bank, and it's a world in which everyone is coming up, but personally, bank jobs are 12-hour jobs. And imagine a pretty girl or a good girl or a mother coming home, going in the morning at 8 and coming at 8. When will her children ever see her? So personally, if I know you, if you have come to my table to ask my advice, I will personally always say that don't choose a bank job. You may get it, but how will you live after that? But we have to choose a job in which we can also live. So it affects your decision making. And also it enables group leaders. Now, though the college has a website, though these classes are put on that website, all the codes for it, still children have not got the codes. They don't know where to look. They're still confused. They're still all in the dark. So decisions, how to evaluate our communication strategies. What should we do that we may give you the message? So sometimes you find a new product being launched by Mike and a rickshaw. That man doesn't have the lakhs of rupees for a television ad. So he goes down the lanes of particular localities where this product will sell, and he uses a loudspeaker. Or we stand in the market with all his goods on a stand with a loudspeaker. So he sees, if you're selling something, you can sell it you can have a food truck, you can have a chaat ka thela, you can have a shop. So if you have a shop, then you have a lovely decor so that people may see, oh, it's so clean and shiny, oh, it's so interesting, oh, it's so beautiful, oh, everyone is wearing caps and gloves, so maybe I can eat over here and not get sick. So communication strategies, how should we give a message? In what way will our message be received? What is the best way of giving that message? Those are called communication strategies. And that is what communication helps you to do, because you might say, oh ma'am, you were so harsh, or you were so dangerous, or you were so frightening, and so I didn't come. But now I'm online So you don't have to be afraid of me. You have to only listen and learn for your own good. Isn't that so? So there's no thing that, oh, I was afraid, or ma'am, I had so much housework and so much cleaning, or my college is so far, my house is so far. Now God has made an arrangement that no matter where you are, you can attend the class. So I hope you attend. So when we find, I made you write 6 I's, then the 7th was direction, the 8th was decision making, the 9th was teaching, and the 10th was evaluation. So when we look at all these, functions of communication, it has become one of the most important processes that impacts human progress. Most important. You cannot go anywhere if you decide to put your finger on your lip and see nothing and hear nothing and excuse me. Do nothing. So it has become a vital engine of growth. Social growth, economic growth, financial growth, trade and commerce, personal and professional growth. You want everyone to think you are smart. If you close your mouth and put a finger on your lip, how does anyone know? Only with your eyes, unless of course you cannot speak anymore, then you have to use non-verbal communication. Then another reason why communication has become so important is the expansion of the digital world. Internet is all over, that you can get news and pictures from all over the world on your phone, on your smartphone. So companies also have a global footprint. That means we have companies that have branches, like our State Bank has branches in maybe 100 plus countries. Tata has some business, the other day I was seeing Aditya Birla, or many parts of Asia and Africa, they have firms. So many of our Indian companies have firms abroad, and many foreign firms have branches in India. So now how will they understand each other? Unless they understand each other's communication styles. Now if you're working in America, people won't call you home. That's not being rude. They'd like to, keep their privacy, and they'll call you. If they're calling you for lunch, they'll call you to a hotel. They're more very comfortable with eating out. Here, before Corona, we were, but when we love someone and respect them, we want to call them home. We want to prepare something with our own hands to serve them. That, okay, I love you so much, I admire you so much, I respect you so much. So the communication styles of these two countries are different. In some country, they'll call you and make you drink tea for 45 minutes or an hour, and then only they will start talking, because in that 1 hour of tea drinking, they will try to see what kind of a person you are. So 1 hour before your business starts, your business talks, and you have flown in and you don't want to pay hotel bill for many days. So every country has every kind of people. In India, we can say state or city. We have different ways of communication, and the market wants to understand them, because it has to appeal to customers in different parts. They want to get customers in Shahjahanpur, or in Kanpur, or in Bareilly, or in Pratapgarh, and in Delhi. But the customers in all these places are different, so they have to be handled and appealed to differently. So global markets, then shares. Sometimes right now is a very difficult time for the share market, but shares sometimes rise, sometimes they fall, but people want to make a profit, so they must know when they will, it will rise and when it will fall. So communication is very important. Then shipping routes, containers, big metal containers carrying lakhs of rupees worth of goods or thousands of dollars worth of goods are crossing the ocean. So where there will be pirates, where there will be storms, they need communication to help them. Public relations have become very important now. As I was just telling you about this Malabar Gold ad, they are giving ads every day that if you buy gold in our shop, it will be cheaper than the general price in your city, because there's a gold price, and Kanpur has the highest gold price in the country, but different cities have different gold prices. So they're telling you, come to our shop, we'll give you an advantage. So they are, trying to, so companies, whether it is a company, it has made some mistake before, they had to take in back some cars or some products or some medicines, then again they show how good they are, what all they are doing, so that you may think well of them. Governments have PR, you see big ads in the papers, and all that progress made by the government, all the efforts made by the government, all the schemes made by the government for the benefit of students, of girls, of Dalits, of whatever, whichever disadvantaged group is there. So this PR also requires communication strategies. So then a company, also succeeds only when it communicates its care for its employees. Now the Tata company, they have very good, well publicized health and education services. So the Tata employees don't want to leave in a hurry, because this company will take care of their health also, will take care of the education of their children also. So that is good. Then when communication is clear, then there is increased cooperation and coordination. Why are we doing this? If I know why I have to teach online, because you can't come to class and you want to study and the college has admitted you, so then I will make, currently, I'm posting this class for Friday and Saturday. It is 8:30 at night, and I'm taking a class just now, so that I may post this class for you tomorrow. So what dinner my children will have just now, I don't know. But first let me teach. So in that way, it improves cooperation and coordination, and it helps us to work together. So I think that, I will stop here at cooperation and coordination. And these are some of the efforts that are made, that are improved because of communication. Now, it's a very vast topic. I have a book of 600 pages only about communication. So there's a lot that we should know. Then we will write 100 pages. So I'll see you, and enjoy my class on Saturday also. All the best. Thank you.